There are also some cases where Portugal has been sentenced by the court for violation of free speech. Do you consider that free speech and the freedom of the press is a problem in Portugal?
Well, not necessarily, of course, and this is an extremely delicate and sensitive matter, and the court is confronted many times with this kind of cases. The most important thing is that the national judge, when he or she is confronted with the case of freedom of speech, integrate the conventional dimension of the case using the principles developed by the jurisprudence of the court. If that is the case, so if the court sees that the national judge integrated the conventional dimension in his or her own assessment, then it is extremely difficult, extremely rare that the court would touch the solution which has been adopted at the national level. So this should be maybe improved. So an effort in training of judges and also of lawyers maybe should be made in order to really to realize the best possible protection of freedom of expression at national level. Freedom of expression is considered a pillar of democracy by the court since the early times. The court started saying that the journalists are the watchdogs of democracy. So there is a natural trend of the court to protect the freedom of speech, freedom of the press. I understand when reading the judgment of our court concerning Portugal that maybe some intervention might be, of course I don't want to interfere with the sovereignty of this contracting state, some intervention might be useful to adjust a little bit the law concerning this matter. Because the law is an important, national law is an important element in the assessment of the court, and maybe this law might be improved. To be more precise, because one of the requirements of the assessment of the court is always the same. It's based on we have the right, freedom of speech, and we have a measure which allegedly is in breach of freedom of speech. So to check whether this measure is compatible with the convention or not, the court has to follow always the same proceedings. First of all, the court has to check whether the measure was had a legal basis. So this is the national law, and the national law should be sufficiently precise to understand the possible consequences. So maybe the law might be slightly improved.